Hello everyone, this is a video to help you with Google Slide presentation projects that you may use at school. This is for people who are not familiar with Google Slide presentations that much. Okay, so let's get started. This is what your screen will look like when you open a blank slide presentation. And one thing to note is this is always open on the side, and this helps to choose with your background. So you can click any of these and it will automatically make that your background. So if you're not feeling very creative, you can choose one of these and they're really cool to use. I actually prefer to create everything myself, so I always leave mine blank and white. So the first thing that you're going to do is notice that you have a title box here, and then you have a subtitle box here. This is for bigger print, and this is for smaller print. So if you want to make a headline like sixth grade ELA, which is what I am currently teaching, you can make your headline like this, and then you can move it around your screen. Now, what I want you to notice is how you can see the little crisscross. That's how you know that you're in move mode. When you're in typing mode, I have a little vertical thing that then you can land and move to delete and add. Okay, so now you can change your font because Arial is too plain for me. And you click up here where you see Arial, and there are all kinds of fonts. You can scroll, 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 and what's nice is that it shows you what each one looks like. You don't have to have the names memorized. My favorite for headers is Impact. So then, of course, I don't want my slides to be black and white. I want to add color. So I can come over here to More and click on it and come over to the letters. And I get all of these letter choices, and then there's extras down here, and I like the blue. Okay, so that looks a little small on my page. So I can come up here and I can either click the plus to make it bigger, or the minus to make it smaller, or I can type in whatever I want, or scroll down. That's an option as well. All right, so then here is my small box where I can just start typing text. Notice how it's centered, which means it will be centered on your slide. I can show you how to fix that too if you don't like it. All right, so I'm just starting to create, and it will continue. You can hit enter, or you can make a whole, if you want just this right here, you can do that, or you can create a brand new text box by coming up here, and then when you click, it just starts letting you type, and it's much smaller, but again, you have total control over font sizes at all times. You don't have to have the headline box, and you don't have to have the subtitle box. All right, let's say I have this, and I'm like, oh, I don't want it. All right, so you click on it and hit delete, and it disappears. All right, so I told you I would show you how to uncenter. Let's say that I want to hit return and make these stacked, but I don't want it centered. So I can come over to the more again, and then here is my justification. It says align. I can left justify. I can center it back. I can make it right justified. And then it has this where it kind of evens it all out. I either use the left justification or the center justification. All right. Then, of course, you can change the colors of those. More, the button. Ooh, that's bright. All right. So now I want to be able to insert pictures. So you come up to Insert, and I'm going to go to Image. Now I'm doing this on a Mac, and every computer is different. So whenever I take a photo, I save it to my desktop, and I'll show you. All right, and I had been working on some other slides for Valentine's Day, so they're still there. My screenshots show up this way, and it comes in. All right, so I'm going to delete this just to make room. And here is my Valentine picture. Now, there are several things that you can do to make it bigger or smaller. You click on a corner. Don't do the insides because then it makes it look weird. I can show you. All right, so I'm going to click this and I'm going to make it bigger. If you do the insides, it squashes it. And you don't want that. All right, you can also hit back to get it to go back the way you want it. All right, and so just to add like a frame and an added oomph, I like to add borders. So I come up here to border. I always choose 8, but if I don't have enough space, obviously I'm going to choose one smaller. And then I choose a color that is built within already because it gives it a cool vibe. All right, so I can do that. Now, what you'll notice here from my image as well is that there is a white line, and I don't like that. So I'm going to click on the image. When you click on it, this pops up. Look again. It's gone. You click on the image, it pops up. This is the cropping tool, and crop cuts that out. So you click on these black lines. Now you will do it because you want it to squash. Oh, it did it wrong. It squashed it instead of cropped. That means I hit the wrong button. All right, so you're on the black lines. I do that. It squished it again. It's very tricky. You have to make sure that you're on the black and not the blue for the squashing. Here we go. Now, then it cuts. I can do it again here. Click on it, hit the crop tool. Crop means cut. If you've worked with photography or any kind of editing, you know the crop feature. All right, and then you can make it bigger. Okay, so then you can add shapes. People usually always like to add arrows. And then you're like, where's my arrow? If you'll notice I have this little crisscross, you just start building it and you do that. Now, it automatically does it in the same border. I've noticed that just this year, which is super cool because it matches the theme. But then I can click on the inside, and if you'll notice the paint buckets up here, and you'll notice that it's the right one because it has the gray shade of the arrow. They match. And no, I'm not leaving my pretty arrow gray. And I filled it in. And now it looks beautiful. So there's all kinds of shapes. There's lines. I'm also obsessed with lines. So you can make cool lines. Oop. You have to make sure that you know what you're clicking on before you take off like I just did. Line. And make dividers. And then you can make the lines different colors. You can make it thicker with the same. Super cool. You're like, why would I want a line? Maybe you wanted to do like a dividing thing and you can turn it. You click on the circle and there you go. And you click on it and move it up. So maybe, I'm going to move this out of the way. Maybe you wanted to have like a dividing line between your image and your words. I do this a lot. I'm going to make this smaller. You can make the text box smaller. This does squash it, but it doesn't change the size of the font. So then I can hit the circle and it rotates. And then you move it. And you can, I don't know, this is like a divider line. You can make it longer. I just think that's cool. All right, and then now you can make this gigantic. And this stays. Cute. All right, now to show you how to insert Google Images. All right, so when you want a new slide, you just hit the plus over here. And I'm going to go to Google Images. It's already there. All right, so I'm going to do Valentine. I'm just making this up for because Valentine's is close. Heart image. I always type image or it will take you to text. Okay. That doesn't match, but I'll live. Okay, so I'm going to hit over here and copy image. I double clicked. Now I'm on a Mac. So I use 2 fingers on my little keypad. If you have a right click and a left click, you hit both at the same time. That's what most people work on. And I'm going back. Okay, so then I'm on Google, so I hit the buttons to paste, which is, I don't even know, Command V. That's what it is on my computer. Whatever you use to paste, it will work. Then you can make it bigger. You can turn it. And it's super cool. So when you do Google Images, all you do is type anything that you want. So if you're doing research on a specific topic, all you do is type that in and then you choose your image, you copy the image, and then you paste the image in and it works. And then all of the, make sure that you can do a border on anything. You wouldn't really want a border on a heart, but I just feel like when you have a photo and you put a border around it, it just makes it look that much sharper. I just really like it. All right, so this is the basics. I hoped this helped, and good luck on your work.